Hello all, welcome to Homeschool. We are with the chapter Structure of Atoms. In our previous videos, we have discussed about a Bohr's model of an atom, and then the very important concept was distribution of electrons in various shells. Okay, so based on that, let us have one question. After that, we will go for discussing valency. The question is, you also can take the question, if K shell and L shell are completely filled in an element, then how many electrons, since you know how to represent the electrons in shortcut, I'm using that symbol for electron. So then how many electrons are there in that particular element? Can you be able to understand the question? In an element, there will be shells. Definitely electrons are arranged in shells. You have K shell and L shell and they are completely filled. So in total, how many electrons are there in that particular element? So what is that element and how many electrons are there? See, you have a general idea that K shell can accommodate how many electrons maximum? What is its capacity? K shell is a very small district, I told you. If you consider atom as a state, it will have so many districts, and K shell is a very small district, only 2 people can stay, I said, isn't it? So K shell's capacity is only 2 electrons. Isn't it? So if 2 electrons are there in a K shell, then I can say that K shell is completely filled. Isn't it? In a similar way, when do you find L shell completely filled? When it can have maximum number of electrons. So how many electrons in maximum it can have? 8 electrons. Isn't it? 8 electrons. L shell capacity is having only 8 people, that is 8 electrons. Okay, so K shell is completely filled, that means it has maximum of 2 electrons. 2 electrons are there. L shell is completely filled, that is it's having 8 electrons. So in total, how many electrons are there? 10 electrons are there. Isn't it? So if you have 10 electrons in a particular element, then what is that element? Can you give a symbol for that element, guys? Number of electrons is equal to atomic number. Isn't it? If you have 10 electrons, that means the atomic number of that element is 10. If you have 100 electrons, that means the atomic number of that element is 100. So atomic number is 10. That's why 10 electrons it's having. So what element has the atomic number 10 in a periodic table? The element neon. Isn't it? So what is your answer, guys? The element, which is that element? The element is neon. What is the symbol? Ne. And how many electrons it has? It has 10 electrons. Isn't it? How do you got to know that it has 10 electrons? Because K shell is completely filled. That means 2 electrons maximum. And L shell is completely filled. That means 8 electrons maximum. Isn't it? Fine. And then one more question here. What is the electronic configuration of neon? Right? So in the first shell, how many electrons you have? 2. In the second shell, how many electrons you have? 8. Isn't it? So 2, 8 is the electronic configuration of neon. Right? So this is your answer. Now, keeping this answer in our mind, one more point I said in the previous class, that is, if the outermost shell, which is the last shell here, which is the outermost shell here, L shell, that's it. Okay, so whichever shell that has the last electrons, that is called as outermost shell. Okay, so this particular element actually has only two shells here, because only in two shells you find electrons, right? So there is no point in talking about M shell and N shell, because there are no electrons. When there are no electrons, that shell doesn't exist only. Clear, everybody? So which is the last shell in neon? The L shell. How many electrons it has? 8 electrons. Okay, so if the outermost electron has, take a note here, from here onwards it's very, very important. If last shell, in other words we can also call it as outermost shell, has 8 electrons, then it is said to have octet. Octet in the sense 8. So if at all, if any element in its last shell, if it is having 8 electrons, then we say that element has octet. Okay, so what do you mean by octet, guys? Octet means having 8 electrons in last shell. Okay, and now whichever element has 8 electrons in the last shell, then that element is said to be having very, very, very high stability. Clear, everybody? Say here, the number of electrons present in the last shell will tell you whether the element or atom is stable or not. Clear? So when do you say an element is stable? Second point under note. This is first point, this is second point. The element or atom is said to be stable, when it has octet. Octet in the sense what? Having 8 electrons in last shell. See, from where to where we have gone the concept, right? See, if any element in the last shell, if you have 8 electrons, then it is said to be having octet. So any element, if it is showing octet, that is 8 electrons in the last shell, then that element is said to be very, very stable. Stable in the sense, it is there in a condition of happiness. It is happy with whatever electrons it has. Okay, so when something is there in a state of happiness, that means when something is already stable, it will never undergo chemical reaction. Clear? When any atom is stable, when do you say it is stable? When it has 8 electrons in the last shell. That is the rule for telling stability. Clear? So when something is stable, it will not undergo any chemical reaction. Keep this in mind. Okay? Fine. And now, what do you mean by chemical reaction? Chemical reaction means losing and gaining of electrons. It is a business of electrons, guys. As I already told in a previous chapter, chemical reaction is all about business. But it is a business of electrons. Some atoms give electrons, some atoms take electrons. This is what we call chemical reaction. And now, why do some elements have to lose electron and gain electron? It is to acquire stability. Okay? See, only few atoms in our nature is stable, just like neon. You know what type of atoms are stable in a periodic table? The 18th group elements are there, no? What are the 18th group elements? First element is helium. Okay, so in the last shell you will find 2 electrons actually. Next element is neon. Last shell has 8 electrons. Next element argon. Argon also has 8 electrons in the last shell. After that krypton, xenon, you know, all these elements are very stable, guys. Because in their last shell, you always have 8 electrons. Octet rule is getting satisfied there. That is the reason we say they are the most stable elements. Okay, so that is the reason these guys will never go for reacting. They will never undergo a chemical reaction. They won't lose electron and they won't gain electron during a chemical reaction. That means they won't undergo reaction only. Clear? See, argon is also has 8 electrons. Can you be able to write the electronic configuration of argon, guys? In the previous class, I gave to write its structure and electronic configuration for homework. Right? So, argon, how do you write its electronic configuration? Argon, atomic number 18. 18 electrons are there. So, what is its structure of an atom? Centrally nucleus. First shell 2 electrons. Right? So, second shell maximum capacity is how much? 8 electrons. No? So, 18, right? So, 8 electrons you will show here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now its capacity is over. How many electrons you have already shown? 8 plus 2. For 10 electrons, you have given their position. You distributed them. Remaining how many electrons are there? 8 are there. So where they will enter, guys? They will enter into the next shell. Right? K shell is completely filled. L shell is completely filled. And then M shell. Right? So here how many electrons you will show? 8, isn't it? 10 are already over, remaining is 8. So 8 electrons you will show it in this shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, isn't it? Now which is the last shell for argon? M shell, right? The last electron where it is there? In M shell. In M shell how many electrons are there? Count, 8 are there. So what I just now told, in the last shell if you have 8 electrons, it is highly stable. See, argon also has 8 electrons. Similarly, krypton also will have 8 electrons. Xenon also will have 8 electrons. So, in 18th group, all elements show 8 electrons only. That is the reason we say they are the most stable elements. They won't lose electron and they won't gain electron in their chemical reactions. They won't undergo reaction at all because they are already very much happy. Okay, so that is why we say the valency of these elements is 0. So what do you mean by valency, guys? We have already studied in our previous chapter, isn't it? So what is valency? Number of electrons lost or number of electrons gained during a chemical reaction. Okay, so these guys already very happy, no? They don't want to lose electron, they don't want to gain electron. That is the reason their valency is 0. Right? So, why do some elements have to lose electron or gain electron? As I already told you, they will lose or gain electron in order to have 8 electrons in their last shell. If at all, if extra electrons are there, that is more than 8, or if at all, if you have less number of electrons in the last shell, they eagerly wait for having 8 electrons in their last shell by gaining electron or losing electron. You know, that is why the atoms lose or gain electron. Okay, just to have that stability. So that is the reason most of the atoms will undergo chemical reaction, because chemical reaction itself is losing or gaining electrons. No, if they lose or gain electrons, then only they will have that 8 electrons in their last shell, isn't it? So that is what we call it as valency. Let us discuss more about this concept called valency. Okay, let us try to analyze which element is losing how many electrons to achieve 8 in the last shell and which element is gaining how many electrons to have 8 electrons in the last shell. Okay, because having 8 electrons in the last cell is a prestigious issue for the atom. Because if they have that 8 electrons in the last cell, they are the most happiest elements or atoms in the world. That's why all the atoms and all the chemical elements eagerly wait for the reaction. If they already have 8 electrons, they won't participate in reaction. Okay, we say those are inert in the sense not participating in a reaction. Okay, let us discuss more about this. So what is the definition that you will give for valency here? Valency is nothing but number of electrons lost or gained during a chemical reaction. During a chemical reaction is called valency, isn't it? And now the very, very famous question is why an element or atom have to lose or gain electrons? What is the answer you will write for this? See, answer here is element always loses electron or gain electrons. To have 8 electrons in a last shell. To have 8 electrons in a last shell, isn't it? So just to have 8 electrons in a last shell, the element or atom always loses or gains electron. Okay, so what if they have 8 electrons in the last shell? What does this mean? This means that, say, if they have 8 electrons in the last shell, it is said to be stable. Yes or no? When do you say an atom or an element is stable? When they have 8 electrons in the last shell. The first shell, that is K shell, cannot have 8 electrons, isn't it? K shell's capacity is only 2 electrons, guys. Okay, K shell's capacity is only 2 electrons. So it cannot have 8 electrons. So after K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell, you know, they can have 8 electrons in the last shell. Because their capacity is 8 or more than 8. L shell capacity is 8. M and N shell capacity is more than 8. Isn't it? Here the capacity is 18. N shell capacity is 32. Isn't it? So K shell cannot have 2 electrons. Sorry, cannot have 8 electrons. But remaining all shells can have 8 electrons. So when they have 8 electrons in the last shell, no, then it is said to be stable. Clear, everybody? Fine. And now let us take a few elements as an example and just work it out with their valency. Clear? Fine. For example, you have sodium. Sodium, atomic number 11, in the sense it is having 11 electrons. So what is its electronic configuration, guys? If you quickly don't remember the electronic configuration, you can just put the structure and then write the electronic configuration. Clear? Say it has a first shell which is having 2 electrons. Then in the second shell, how many it can have, guys? Second shell capacity is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So you have shown position for 10 electrons. 2 electrons were there in first shell. 8 electrons are there in the second shell. Now one more electron is there, no? 8 plus 2, 10 is over. 11th electron, where it will go? It will go to the third shell. Third shell has 1 electron. Okay. So what is its electronic configuration? It is first shell has 2. So comma. Second shell has how many electrons? 8. Comma. Third shell has 1. So 2, 8, 1 is the electronic configuration of sodium. Right? Say what I just now told, having 8 electrons is highly stable. Right? See this sodium, if it can lose this 1 electron, it can have 8 electrons in the last shell. Isn't it? Imagine if sodium loses If Na loses 1 electron, then how much? If this electron is lost, then its electronic configuration will become 2,8. Okay, then in that case it is said to be highly stable. Clear everybody? So now after losing 1 electron, what is the structure you will write? 2 electrons are there in the first shell and 8 electrons are there in the second shell, isn't it? So now this sodium, in this condition, sodium is said to be stable. Sodium is said to be stable. Okay, say sodium always during a chemical reaction, it will try to lose how many electrons, guys? 1 electron. Because if it loses 1 electrons only, no, it can have 8 electrons in the last shell. Now third shell is no more a last shell here. Okay, in the third shell you had 1 electron that has been lost. Now which becomes a last shell? Second shell will become a last shell where you have 8 electrons. So if sodium exists in this form, you know, sodium feels very much happy and secure. That's the reason always sodium, which is having 11 electrons naturally in the nature, tries to react during a chemical reaction by losing 1 electron. Okay, so this is how the elements lose electron or gain electron. Clear? So in that case, valency of sodium is how much? Valency of sodium is equal to +1. Okay, it has lost 1 electron. Valency means what, guys? Number of electrons lost or number of electrons gained. This element is actually losing electrons. How many? 1. Okay, always plus means what? Losing electrons. So all these actually I discussed in the last chapter. Okay, so you can go back to the last chapter's video on valency. This same concept is very much clearly explained. Clear everybody? Got to know why sodium's valency is +1? Because it is losing 1 electron. Plus means what? If an element is losing, then it is indicated with plus sign. Clear? Okay. Now let me take another example, that is fluorine. Fluorine. Okay. Say atomic number of fluorine is 9, guys. So can you write the electronic configuration? First write its structure. First shell 2 electrons. Second shell how many you will show? Out of 9, 2 are over. So remaining is 7, you will show it in the second shell, isn't it? 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Say how many electrons are there in the last shell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? To become 8, it wants 1 more electron. Right? So during a chemical reaction, always 1 electron is added to fluorine. Clear? So if you add, if 1 electron is added, now can you tell me how can I write the structure? 2 electrons are there here. So along with 7 electrons, now 1 electron it will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See 6. This electron it is taken from some other guy. Okay, during a chemical reaction. Why it has taken the electron, guys? Because if it takes 1 electron, then in the last shell you will find 8 electrons, isn't it? So being in a 8 electron state is a very, very secure and happier state for the fluorine. Okay, so that's why in this case, you know, the fluorine is actually gaining, it is grabbing electron from others, because if it grabs 1 electron, it can have that stable state, having 8 electrons in the last state. Okay, so that's the reason. So previously, what is the electronic configuration, guys? 2, 7. Now what is the electronic configuration? 2, 8. Which is more stable? This is more stable, no? So always fluorine likes to gain electron. So I say fluorine's valency is -1. Valency of fluorine is how much, guys? -1. Okay, how many electrons it is gaining? 1 electron, right? Minus means element actually gains electron. Plus means element actually loses electron. So sodium is losing 1 electron to have that stable state, and fluorine is gaining 1 electron to have that stable state. Okay, so here also valency 1 only, but what say? Plus. How it is getting a stable state? By losing electron, isn't it? That's the reason plus. Here also valency is 1 only, but it is minus 1. So what is the meaning of minus, guys? It is actually losing, it is actually gaining the electrons to acquire a stable state. Okay, so this is what we mean by valency, and this is how we can predict the valency of elements. Okay, so now one general trick I will give you to remember the valencies. So every time you no need to put the structure, write the electronic configuration, and then check how many electrons it has to lose or gain to have 8 in the last shell. You know, that workout and all you no need to do, but this is the concept you should understand clearly. Why actually elements loses electrons or gains electron. You know, just to have that 8 electrons in the last shell, they will always lose or gain electrons. Okay, just to remember the valency of various elements or atoms, you need to have a very basic idea about a periodic table. Okay, say I already told you in the previous chapter, there are 118 elements. All these 118 elements are very beautifully arranged in the form of a table called periodic table, where you no need to remember the positions of all 118 elements. Very few which is important for your level, 9th and 10th level, that is enough. Fine. Say here, this is what we call, this vertical columns are there, no? They are actually called as groups. You have, 18 groups. First group is here, second group, third group to 12th group you will find in this position. This is 13th group, 14th group, 15, 16, 17, 18 like that. Okay, so just try to remember few elements that is important. Hydrogen comes in group 1 only. Later here comes lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay, anyway, this much is enough, guys. These many elements are enough to remember for your level. Where are they coming? In group 1. What are the elements? Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. In the second group, you actually have beryllium, magnesium, calcium. These 3 elements try to remember. And coming to the 13th group, you have boron, aluminium. 2 elements try to remember in each group. And in 14th group, carbon, silicon. 15th group, nitrogen, phosphorus. 16th group, oxygen, sulfur. 17th group, fluorine, chlorine. 18th group, your, very happier elements. Like all these elements have 8 electrons in the last shell. Neon, argon, krypton, xenon, these elements will come. And I already told you, since these elements already had 8 electrons in the last shell, they will not lose electron, they won't gain, they won't participate in chemical reaction only. Okay, so that is the reason their valency is always 0, guys. Clear, everybody? So their valency is always 0. Here I'll write. Fine. And coming to the group 1 elements, these guys always loses electron, guys. 1 electron they will lose just to have 8 electrons in their last shell. Just like in the, sodium as an example I have shown why it is losing 1 electron. Isn't it? So like sodium, lithium, potassium, all these elements will lose electrons. How many electrons? 1 electron. Okay, so that is the reason their valency is +1. Say this is what valency I am mentioning for the elements. If I ask you valency of lithium, it is +1. If I ask you valency of sodium, it is +1. If I ask you valency of potassium, it is +1 only. Clear? So all these elements will lose how many electrons, guys? 1 electron during chemical reaction. Why it will lose 1 electron? Because to have 8 electrons in the last shell. If they lose 1 electron, they can achieve 8 electrons in the last shell. They can stay happy. They can be stable in a nature. Clear? Fine. And coming to the second group elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, all these elements have a valency +2, guys. Okay, so valencies, I am mentioning in a circle. +1 is the valency of first group elements, +2 is the valency of second group elements. Okay, magnesium, calcium, all these, they will lose. Plus means what? Losing electron. 2 in the sense what? How many electrons are they losing? 2 electrons. So +2. Why they are losing 2 electrons? Because to have 8 electrons in their last shell. Clear? Fine. And don't worry about 3rd group to 12th group. They are not there for your level. You will study for much higher level. Okay, don't worry. And coming to the 13th group elements, boron and aluminium. These elements valency is +3, guys. They will also lose 3 electrons during chemical reaction in order to have stability. What do you mean by stability? In order to have 8 electrons in the last shell. Fine. 14th group elements valency is 4. 15th group elements valency is -3, guys. Minus means what? Gaining electron. Okay. How many electrons they will take from others? 3. Why they are taking electrons from other atoms during chemical reaction? In order to have that 8 electrons in the last shell. Clear? Fine. See, for example, I will show nitrogen, atomic number 7, guys. So, can you write its electronic configuration? First shell 2 electrons, second shell how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? So, 5 plus 2, 7, right? Say, you see in the last shell is second shell here. How many electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To become 8, how many more it need? 3 more. Isn't it? So, if it gains 3 electrons from others, it can have 8 electrons, from others. If it can gain 3 electrons, it can have 8 electrons in its shell. That's the reason it will try to gain electron. Since it is gaining electron, I have indicated with minus sign. Clear? Similarly, 16th group elements, that is oxygen and sulfur valency is -2. 17th group elements valency is -1. Fluorine, I have shown you. Okay, outermost shell, there are already 7 electrons. All these guys will have 7 electrons in the last shell actually. So all these elements, when they react during chemical reaction, they will grab 1 electron. They will gain, they will take 1 electrons from others. That's the reason their valency is -1. Minus means taking. How many electrons will they take? 1. So -1. Right? So whenever I ask you what is the valency of oxygen, it is -2. What is the valency of sulfur? -2. What is the valency of phosphorus? -3. What is the valency of magnesium? +2. What is the valency of sodium? +1. What is the valency of chlorine? -1. What is the valency of argon? 0. So this is how, if you can remember this much, I think this is more than enough for your level to remember about valency. Okay, so but the logic behind the concept you must understand very clearly. Why anything is losing or gaining electron? It is to get that stability. When do you say something is stable? When they have 8 electrons in the last shell. Clear? Fine. So this completes the concept. And in my next class, let us talk about atomic number and atomic mass. Till then, keep revising a concept. This is very, 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 very important. And also try practicing electronic configuration for the elements 1 to 18. In the previous class, we have learned practice electronic configuration from 1 to 18. Thank you.